morning. My name's Claire Murphy. I'm Head of Finance here at St Anne's Hospice. St Anne's is one of the oldest and largest hospices in the UK. We look after patients and their families from around Greater Manchester, and we've been doing so for over 50 years. We are a charity. We receive about 1/3 of our funding direct from statutory sources. The rest, around £20,000 a day, we have to raise from fundraising, from legacies, from our retail operations, just to keep the doors open. Around 2 years ago, we were using an on-premise solution. I found out that that was becoming end of life. We'd had a number of challenges through COVID, accessing it remotely when, due to being healthcare, we were all working from home. And so, although it was kind of forced upon me, it was a really useful time to look around, look at the market and see what was out there. Being a charity, cost is hugely important to us. We have to make sure we're getting best value, that we're putting our donations to the best use. So when I started to look around, I came across Microsoft products, obviously being familiar with other Microsoft products and understanding the value that charities can get from these. I decided to look into it further. As anyone does these days, I Googled a business partner. I wanted to work with somebody local, and it was really important that I worked with someone that understood charities and not the not-for-profit sector. Coming across them hands, I realised you ticked both of those boxes. And just from the first initial conversation that I had, I realised that your values were aligned with ours, that you understood the charity sector. We're not a normal business. We've got other challenges and other ways of reporting, and you got that. So from that first initial call, I knew that this could be a partnership that could work. It was the end of life situation. It kind of been on my radar to do, but then, going into the pandemic, other things became priority and we had to make do with what we had. But then to find out that we were having to change within 4 to 6 months, which isn't a great deal of time to actually source a product and plan and upgrade. And was viewed demos of other products and didn't feel that they would tick the boxes. Like I say, we're quite a complex business. I needed something that could structure the chart of accounts that was relevant to charities. And talking to Emma, you understood that. You understood how we differ from a normal limited company. So we went for Microsoft Business Central and Power BI as the reporting package to sit alongside that. So Microsoft Business Central, really the reasons behind that were, like I say, we could tailor the chart of accounts to suit our structure. The look and feel of it is very similar to other Microsoft products, which for ease of training the wider team, it felt very familiar to them. Also, the fact that it was on cloud, so that the challenges we'd had through COVID, we can now access this software remotely whenever and wherever we want to. The Power BI was interesting. So the fact that the budget holders across the organisation can now have that insight into their data when they want and not when finance dictate that they can have it. That was really interesting, but also the ability for Power BI to link to other softwares so that we can create dashboards that are insightful and not just finance related. So it was that ability to be able to do that, really. And again, Microsoft products, we're all familiar with those. They have, yes. So like I say, our reporting used to be very static. It used to be dictated by finance, rolled out, and yeah, not dynamic in any way. Using Power BI, like I say, budget holders can access their data when they're ready to look at it. They can drill down and see underlying transactions, which gives them the insight and the power to understand their figures, rather than having to come back to finance and question underlying transactions. They've got that at the touch of a button now. The use of Power BI, it has been linked to other software that we already had existing in the organisation, and again using that to run dashboards, and it's definitely an area that we're hoping to expand on. So high on my agenda is electronic purchase invoicing. So that would be capturing the invoice, sending it out for approval, retaining that audit trail. We're very paper-based on that side of things at the moment, so that's a real, high priority for me.
So OCR.
OCR, yes.
Good.
The other things I'm interested in is it's just making things more efficient, and like I say, moving away from paper trails. So electronic feeds from the bank is something that we've never done before.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in how we can implement that. And yeah, just helping us make work smarter and more efficiently. Well, like I say, from that first conversation, I knew that you understood charity. I'd had some demos where it has been quite sales-based, quite, if your sales force is on the road, they can access this data from other systems. And that's not us. I think Enhance understood charity. They understood that we are different. We need a different reporting package. And you were able to show me that from day one. I think also the timescales we were working to, we were on quite a time to turn this around, and so reassuring that could be done. And it was done, and it was delivered. So yeah, from start to finish, the whole transition was as pain-free as it could be. And then into, actual going live, and then moving through the contact that we've had with support, with yourselves. It's just been, a great relationship, really. More than happy. We're a tight-knit community in the hospice world. I have had conversations with colleagues, and would be more than happy to recommend yourselves and to show them the product and how we're using it.